What's good, guys? This is Joseph, and today this is going to be sort of like a render settings video, but instead of just like an overall render settings, it's going to be for one specific thing, and that's going to be how to make a render with a transparent background. So you have a logo pop up and everything, and you want that to actually pop up on top of footage that you already have playing. For example, I'll show you in the NorCal 50K subscriber team Taj. If you look at the very end, I'm about to play it, you can see the animation pop up. You can see the end pop up, and then it zooms in into the actual animation which I created. And then so that's what we're gonna learn how to do. You can make that, you can render it out, and you can place it on top of any video you want to, and you don't have to actually have the animation in your After Effects in order to do that. You can actually render it, send it over to someone for them if they're doing post-production, and they can just slap it on top. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to do something extremely simple. I'm just going to drag in the NorCal logo. You can use any logo, obviously. It's a PNG, so it already has a transparent background with it. I'm just going to go ahead and make a composition about 10 seconds. And I'm just going to toggle transparency grid so you can see that there's nothing there. Basically, these squares, like the gray and white squares, that symbolizes that there's nothing there. It's going to be transparent if you have anything. If you guys are unfamiliar with design, so I'm just going to go ahead and drag the logo in there and make it smaller, and so you can see logos there, transparent background, and so that's pretty nice. And so basically, just to keep this video extremely short, just so you can get what's going on, I'm just going to make the logo pop up and put this down to 0. So it's going to pop up here, and then I want it to just, after a few seconds, it's just going to go all the way up. And there you go. And then it'll turn into the next clip. And the way that I actually did that is I had another one of these clips playing, or another one of these logos as an alpha matte, and that kind of revealed the like say I had an animation under this, and then I wanted it to only be playing here behind the logo, and then you just use an alpha matte to do that. Like, let's just say, and just for example, like I just have a red solid, and then I have this logo here, and I just go here, toggle switches and modes, make sure you have these track mattes selected, you just click alpha matte, and so basically this red solid right here would be my footage that I have playing, and so that's what's basically being like shown here, and then it kind of just, there you go. And then as soon as it zooms in, that's the whole clip zooming in, because you can have the footage playing at 1920 by 1080, and it's just going to be there, and then you're only going to see what's in the logo, and until it goes full, and then you see the full version. So that's pretty much it, and that's what I did for that. And then I had a little animation at the end. But to basically render this out, you actually want to render this in the program, because you might be able to do it in Media Encoder now, but I haven't actually fooled around with it, so I'm just going to show you guys how I do it personally. Just go ahead and go to your composition, add to render queue, and then what you're going to want to do is go into the settings here. You're going to want to change it to make sure it's AVI. At least that's what I do. You might be able to do QuickTime. Or yeah. You can change it to QuickTime. This might make it a little quicker. It might make the file size a little bit smaller. But AVI or QuickTime are going to work fine. QuickTime, let's see. So AVI. Yeah, we're just going to go with QuickTime. Okay. And then we're going to go to RGB. Make sure this is RGB plus alpha. The reason being is that little, the black and, or the gray and white squares behind it, that's the alpha. Like, if you render with the alpha channel, it's going to give you that transparent background with your render. And then so after that, you can go tweak other settings if you want to resize it or anything, change the frame rates and stuff like that. You can do that, but this right here is how you get the the transparent background, and then you just go ahead, click OK, set a place where you want to render it to, and then just go ahead and press render. And that's pretty much how you get a an animation that has a transparent background to render out. And you can use this method to make like a stinger transition for Twitch or whatever, because it's gonna have to have transparent background if you want it to pop up on your screen like that. But yeah, that's a really quick, easy video for you guys that don't know how to do this. Obviously, if you are more experienced in After Effects, you know this. But I'm just trying to figure out what I can do to help teach you guys that are still learning how to get into After Effects, how to get into visual effects and stuff like that. I like making videos like that, even though they're nice and easy to follow along with. I like to teach those basic things because then you can build up on top of those and stuff like that. If you guys enjoyed it, if you learned something, or if you just want to support me, I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe, leave a like on the video. If you have any questions or anything, my Twitter is going to be in the description. I always answer DMs and stuff like that if I have the time. I always look at all your comments and stuff like that. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm out. Peace.